What's going on, everybody? Hey. Oh, let me grab one more thing. Okay. I got some stuff I want to show you guys today. What's going on? Welcome back to a Depot Day. Coronavirus edition. Trying to stay sane edition. There's so much going on. I have been in the house so much. I know this is all still new. Everybody hasn't been forced into quarantine yet, although that's where I think we're headed. And I know this is a very difficult time for so many people. So I just wanted to come together and chat for a little bit about ways that I'm trying to make this a bit easier for myself. I'm really trying to focus my attention on the things that I can control right now, and I think that's super important for anyone who suffers from any type of anxiety. I am still moving, that is a fact. I've made the decision, it's happening in 2020. When now, I'm open, I'm like, God, you're in control now. Like, things will, I think, navigate the way that they're supposed to, and I'm just kind of taking it day by day, week by week, and trusting that the journey is going to unfold the way that it's supposed to. So I know, because I keep getting a lot of questions like, when are you moving? Are you still moving? How does this impact your move? And that's that answer. Now, I got my celery juice here. This is one way that I'm trying to take care of myself. I am not sitting in front of you right now acting like I have my whole quarantine schedule perfected, nor do I have it figured out. And I'm working through this just like everybody else, but I am very conscious of the power in schedule, and I'm trying to figure out what that's gonna look like for me. Celery juice is huge for me. Denise Vasi, I hope that's how you say her name, because she's one of my faves and I really don't want to mess up her name. I should know my fave's name and how to pronounce it. But she is doing like a 30-day celery challenge again, and honestly, I really do feel the difference. The best way I can compare what celery juice does to me is, when a plant is kind of like dying and you're like, what the hell? Like, why is it so sad looking? And then you water it, and then within like an hour, it's like, it almost looks like a whole new plant. That's how I feel when I drink the celery juice in the morning. It really feels like everything comes alive. Like, I immediately have new good energy and I feel like I can tackle the day. So I'm really trying to do that. I'm also not trying to go to the grocery store every day, so we'll see how often I'm able to do it. But when I can, celery juice first thing in the morning, nothing else to drink or eat before or 30 minutes after drinking the celery juice. And I do not mix it with anything. Honestly, it does not taste like a great smoothie, but it's not the worst taste either. I really don't hate it. That's how I'm starting my mornings. I think, making sure that you're eating breakfast, maybe sitting down at the table to eat breakfast, create intentional space for different things. So when you're working, have a space carved out for that. Like yesterday, I was doing work in the kitchen on the table. There's big windows, there's lots of light in here. And that honestly was helpful in making sure that I was still productive. Keyword. So yes, celery juice, breakfast, making sure that I'm eating veggies. Like, what are you feeding your body? It is so easy to anybody else struggling just to not like have sweets all day long. Like, we just have to be disciplined. I think some of the foods and snacks that we love don't really end up making us feel really good. And the only person who can hold you accountable for that is yourself. So you really just have to decide. Yesterday I made tortellini for dinner, and then I also, made some broccoli and had my greens. And that's not something I'm always great at. So again, like, just trying to be intentional about what I'm eating and drinking throughout the day. Creating a schedule. I think the reason why it's so important is just to maintain as much routine as you can right now. Have a time that you wake up, still go shower, put on some different clothes than your pajamas, like go get fresh air if you're able to go outside still, and for as long as we're able to in LA at least, because that's where I'm at right now. We're still able to go on walks and runs and kind of work out outside, so I think that is critical to just feeling, in good spirits. I am trying to add reading and journaling to my schedule. I actually love reading when I make time for it. The problem is I don't always make time for it. And so Don't Keep Your Day Job from Kathy Heller. She has a podcast, you guys. It's called Don't Keep Your Day Job. Go listen to it. I'm listening to tons of podcasts right now. And this book is absolutely amazing. And actually, it's so funny because one part of the book that I last was reading, it says, we get clues of what to do next at each stage of the process. No one knows how the path will evolve. Damn right. Definitely didn't know the path was going to evolve into this chaos. But we're here, and so, you know, we gotta do our best. Here are a couple other books that I just wanted to share with you guys. The Purpose Driven Life by Rick Warren. I was going through this. I stopped. I'm going to get back into it. He really, I think, what does he recommend? A chapter a day? Or is it a chapter? I think it's, yeah, a chapter a day, which is very manageable. And then he has really good questions at the end. I didn't know if I was going to love this book, but I love it. I love it. I love it. The Alchemist. I have never read this. I don't want to hear anything. I know. I haven't read it, and I have it. And I heard it's like everybody's favorite book, one of their favorite books. I need to read it. It's on my to-do list. Thank you. And Jesus Calling. Just some type of devotional. What are you feeding your spirit? Like, you know, hold yourself accountable. Like, we are on social media way too much. I feel it. I'm having to put restrictions on my phone on how much I'm going on to the social media platforms right now. It's very easy when you're at home all day to be on it way too much, and I really don't want that. I'm also going to start planning like days where I fast completely from it, just to give my mind and spirit a break. In time of stillness, if we take advantage of it the right way, we can actually come up with some of our best ideas and actually be fueled to take steps towards like making those ideas come to life. So, you know, take this time to be inspired, take this time to brainstorm, get on FaceTime or phone calls, conference calls with other creatives and other like-minded individuals who may help you like brainstorm and kind of come up with an action plan on how to deal with things moving forward. I think that would be a beautiful use of time, and I'm actually taking note of that right now as I'm saying it, to take advantage of that, you know. The Language of Letting Go. I am loving this. Mia, shout out to Mia. We are actually both kind of going through this right now. These are like guided journals that help with meditation and reflection. And what I love about more guided journals is that it makes your life very easy. So for someone who doesn't love to just write out all their thoughts and feelings, you know, they pose like a question and they have a quote typically, and it kind of guides like, you know, the theme of whatever you're writing about that day. So I would highly recommend journaling. And I guess lastly, there's two final things I want to say. One, I heard this yesterday from Sarah Haynes, I believe is her name. She was on The View, my favorite show because I'm an auntie. And she was saying that she heard from someone, like, let's stop calling it social distancing and call it physical distancing. And I loved that. Having connection, human connection, is like a really beautiful part of life. We need community still. And then lastly, shout out to all of the dope artists out there. And I mean artists across the board, not just musical artists. When everything else is canceled and everything else shuts down, what are we doing? We are watching Netflix, we are watching Hulu, we are listening to music, we are making playlists. Art is never canceled, and I think that should be noted and celebrated in a time like this. It's a scary time for a lot of people right now, and so let's show love, let's support in whatever ways that we can, let's show up for one another, let's take care of our hearts, mind, body, spirit, everything, and let's really try to make the most of this very unfortunate situation. So I would love to hear what you guys are doing to maximize, you know, your time of quarantine. If you have recipes, if you have ideas, if you have tasks you've been doing with your little ones, whatever, leave it in the comments. We're gonna get through this together, period, point blank. We will not be in this season forever, and we just kind of have to relinquish control over the things that we actually do not have control over. But we will get through this. It will work out, and I love you guys. I'm sending love to everybody